Hey everybody, my name's Albert Corey, the Taxman. Today's show today is going to be with Miss Shara Stelz, my good friend Martin. I was on his web website, the Abundant Life Success series, and I hope you enjoy it. I gave some awesome tips, so watch it, enjoy it, and have fun and take notes. Remember, at the end of every show, there's going to be a way you can start increasing your cash flow. So watch this video to the end to get some amazing tips. Talk to everybody soon.
Welcome to the Entrepreneur's Abundant Life Summit, where our mission is to empower entrepreneurs to live incredibly full every day. Your host for this session is Cheryl Stelz. Cheryl is the founder and CEO of Star of Divine Light Institute and Azarius Online Energy Healing. She has another amazing guest coming right up. Take it away, Cheryl.
Thank you. And I am so excited to be here with Albert Corey, who is the tax man. Welcome, Albert.
Thank you. Sorry, I'm trying to point there. Yes.
So good to have you here. I just want to do a quick introduction and then let's dive in with all your wealth of knowledge. Albert is speaks on the national business stages. This man is big time, has 2 Amazon bestsellers, and works with great mentors like Grant Cardone, Bill Walsh, Tony Robbins, just to name a few. He's been in business for almost 40 years and worked with almost 25,000 business owners, saving them $60 million. These are big numbers, Albert. His program, Simple Profit Accelerators, is empowering business owners to increase the bottom line so we can change the world. Thank you, Albert. Thank you for being alive on the planet today.
Oh, thank you, Cheryl. It's always great to come out and support people. And that's how I built a business, you know?
Coming out and supporting people. And so 40 years. So what brought you to do this? What brought you to become the tax man and to help over 25,000 businesses? Where did it all start?
Well, the story really comes out to being is one day my mom comes up to me. I mean, I graduated in 1982, University of South Florida, no job, no nothing, working with my parents that had motels and stuff. That's the short story is mom comes up to me and says, here, get your checkbook. You got to go pay the government. And this is in 82. And I go, huh? Oh, how? And then, so after that, I said, wait a minute, this ain't going to happen because I don't get paid. So I took an H&R Block class and the rest was history.
You took an H&R Block class. Good for you. So 1982, I was definitely around in 1982. And so where did it go from there?
Well, from there, I'm working at H&R Block. One day, somebody comes up to the front desk and says, will you come to my house to a tax return? The manager says $500. So I went home, told my dad. My dad tells me off in English and Lebanese in words I can't say to you. And that's when it took off. That's where Profit Activators started. Because I realized like 10 years ago when I started this coaching gigs type of stuff, that nobody had their backs. Nobody, and I do all those people and nobody was ever there to help them. Nobody had my back learning because everybody was against me. Everybody was against me starting. So now I'm on my mission to help business owners go to the next level, to be there, to know how to get there. So you don't have to reinvent the wheel.
Wow.
Because I pretty much made the wheel.
You made the wheel. And so what can you share with us today? What can you share with our listeners around how to get their businesses to the next level and live that abundant life?
Part of it is you can't, couple of rules I will teach to you is there's basically 3 rules of success. Repeat after me. Rule number 1, I say, if you're watching this, put in the chat room, I am not going to quit. Okay, I will
In the
not
chat,
quit.
I am not going to quit.
Okay, rule number one is I'm not going to quit. Number two, I'm going to show up to events. You have to show up to events. If you followed me, I just did a funny YouTube post. I mean, it's I put YouTube every day, YouTube and Facebook. And this YouTube post pretty much says is friendship is a tax deduction. Why? Because you're meeting other people. Remember, you're going to go to events. The joke is you go to events, you meet people. Right? So when you
That's
go to
right.
events, you're going to meet people. And the third tip is you got to go VIP. You got to get out of your wallet and spend some ching ching and bling bling. Because at the end of the day, the money is in the VIP box, not in the people who sit on the back seat.
The money is in the VIP box, no matter what.
No matter what it is. Because I will show you, and Miss Cheryl, tell me if you don't agree with you. The people go VIP are the people are committed. Okay, they're committed, and you can, and they'll always have your back. So you go VIP to have your back. I mean, and there's even a story that goes with this that is so true that I can tell. I mean, we're running out of time, but I got stories for success. That's all I tell is tell stories. That I can tell you one day, anybody who follows me on Facebook, Instagram, you can go to acorey.com and follow me. And you'll see all my videos. YouTube, I'm on every channel. I mean, I learned
Wonderful. So let's go back to the 3 points. Never quit, always show up at events, and always get VIP. Let's go back to the first one, never quit. So what happens when people just feel they're in their business, they're feeling overwhelmed, wondering, oh gosh, is this really for me? I don't know if I'm doing the right thing. What if they have self-doubt that comes up? They're thinking,
okay,
yes.
I got that. That's the answer. Answer is 2 things. 1, take smaller bites. And 2, hire a coach. You see, most businesses fail because you're not willing to spend money. One of the 2 things I will tell people for success is, are you willing to max out a credit card?
Are you willing to max out a credit card? Let's get some answers in the chat. Are you willing to max out a credit card? Tell us the advantage for that. Why do we?
Advantage is simple. Are you all in? See, quitters are never, I've been doing this forever. I try to help people start businesses. Quitters, okay, if you're willing to max, that means you're all in. All the chips are in. That's the joke. That's the whole point. Is that, then that's what? Then stick to your regular job. Don't quit when COVID comes and your job gets wiped out. Don't want to hear it because you're never all in.
So be all in. Never quit.
Right.
Never
But
quit.
that's the all in. The all in is, did you put your credit card up? That means you're all in.
So whatever it takes. And then show up at events.
Right.
Show up at events. Shows you're all in. What are the other advantages of showing up at events? Making friends. You can
see, here's why you go VIP. I can tell you, I got pictures on my wall that I don't want to say how much because it was crazy. But you get to meet the mentors and coaches. I mean, how do you think I know Bill Walsh like best buddies? Forbes, ask Greg Reed. You know, I mean, those are mid-level because I went VIP and you can talk to them and say, hey, do you know Albert? Of course, I mean, we're best buddies with these people. All the mid-level mentors that I ever talked to, obviously the Grant Cardones, they don't remember me, but and the Tony Robinsons, but all the mid-level people, they all remember me because I did VIP, and you can call them and say, do you know Albert? And they say, of course.
Of course they know Albert. Of course they know Albert. And so what are some of the other advantages of getting VIP?
You're going to meet people. You're going to meet the people that are going to take you forward. That's the trick. You're going to be around the people who are going to go you forward. If I was speaking forever on stage, I have a great story, but we're out of short of time. I got the exact story that says it 100%.
Awesome. Awesome. What's the greatest success story that you would like to share with us? What was the most rewarding success you've ever experienced with helping a business?
Well, I see the biggest one. I see this guy all the time. He calls himself the Cuban. He's a country singer. He grew up in Hialeah, which is all Cuban. He always comes in and says, thank you, because I'm the one who taught him. I mean, his father is a mover who came from Cuba. He didn't know any business stuff, but I'm the one who taught him, go make t-shirts, go do text opt-ins. And now they're doing it full time. Before me, he was doing nothing. After me, it's now he knew how to do t-shirts, opt-ins, postcards. He never knew any of that. I do that because not only did I learn it from the big dogs, but I've been doing that 40 years, low tech, all day, every day.
And that's from the tax man, Albert
Because-
Corey. Wow, that's amazing. How many accountants are there in the world that suggest that you spend money in that fashion?
No,
I don't know of anybody. So where did he get to? Where did he get to?
Well, right now, my daughter, we were talking about whatever show was last, oh my God, America's Got Talent. And we're talking about how there was 2 country singers that went to the top 5. And we were just saying, because my daughter follows him a little bit on Facebook and here and there. And he goes, he's opening up for some of the bigger acts now. Instead of running the little tiki tink bars of Miami and South Florida, the kid, 30 years old, is now, is an opening act.
Wow. And he came from Puerto Rico.
No, they're all Cuban. Miami, highly affordable.
Cuban, that's what it was. Cuba. Yeah.
Cuban. His father is a mover. Don't know any. I mean, Junior Poppy don't know anything. He knows how to move. He don't know anything about zero. So every time they get stuck, they ask me.
So if someone were to contact you, what's the first thing you start them with?
I would tell them you need to open up a corporation, because I call it having a corporation is, and you got to open up right by having a corporation. I call it that you just like, I don't know if you have any kids, Miss Cheryl, but it's like your kid has to be born. And now the second thing is the kid is like, it is your child. You got to feed it. You got to love it. You don't feed it and love it, this stuff is going to die.
So your corporation is your child that you give birth to, and you got to feed it, love it, nurture it. Why not just start an LLC?
But that's the same thing.
Okay.
Business. You got to go and spend the money. Remember we said the credit card. You got to go close your eyes, spend the money, and have your baby be born.
Very good. Very good. And how do you, let's say someone were to hop on a call with you. What are some of the first questions you ask them?
Obviously, what business you in, and are you all in? See,
So
all in means, are you going to watch the football game with your kids? Or are you going to go sit in a room? I could tell you for years, I mean, I learned everything from SEO. I mean, you name it, I pretty much done it. And while all my brother and my cousins and my uncles were all having, seafood and dinners, I'd be behind a computer screen, whacking away, learning SEO, learning how to conquer Google, how to conquer Yelp, how I have YouTube videos that make me $3,000 to $4,000 a year. And what does that cost me, Cheryl? Zero. Thank you.
Zero.
Right. And some of these videos been up for 7, 8 years. And I get calls 3 or 4, probably right now in the off season, get about 20 calls a month for YouTube videos.
Wow. What would you say has been your biggest struggle in your business? The biggest struggle that you really grew from?
My biggest struggle happens every day. I can't write. I can't write. I mean, and I can't write, but I know how to make money. Cannot write. If anybody sees me on Facebook or any of these writings, or even you saw the writing that you put, I can't write. I know how to make money. That's all I know how to do.
Numbers.
Not even numbers. I know how to make money. It's not about numbers. It's about putting the systems to get people to love you. Numbers is just clicking a number in a little stupid calculator. That's all that is. But do you know how to get people to love and like you? That's the trick.
Very good. Very good. So you don't worry about not being able to write too well.
Oh, no. People tell me, oh, you can't write. Well, nobody's going to find it in Facebook. I said, when your wallet's bigger than mine, then we talk. Because, and that's because, Miss Cheryl, somebody who works for me does a lot of my email stuff. He goes, well, why don't you, let me write all your Facebook stuff. And yeah, but I come to the point is I have a concept. If you saw my book, Increase Your Cash Flow, about drinking coffee, I don't know, we're still here. You can go to taxmanbook.com. A lot of stuff, I do that every day, meaning I just jump. Remember we talked about I jump. Because if I had to wait for you, Miss Cheryl, to send it up to my head writer team, and I got a writing team, to go fix it, correct it, and bless it, it could take that my thought would blow away. I might not think of it, but all of a sudden I say, bam, I want to do something, and it's out. See, part of it is people overthink. I don't overthink anything. I jump. What's it? Oh,
So just jump.
I jump. And yeah, my credit cards got whacked because I got stolen a bunch of times. Yeah. But it doesn't matter because either I learned from them or I met somebody else who helped me jump the hurdle. So either way, I don't lose.
Yes. Consuela says it seems so straightforward and easy the way you share it. And I think that one of the key things that you say, it can even be your fourth point, is to jump.
Just jump, dude. Just jump. Don't think, don't overanalyze, just go. That's it. You just go. I've lost thousands of dollars because people thousands. Oh, my wife's now thousands. But every time I lost, I ended up gaining because either I learned something else. Either I met somebody or I learned the workaround. So I come out better and stronger. The guy thinks they stole my money, fine. Next, doesn't matter. Because what's the old story? I can always remake the money. Yeah, I worked hard for the money they stole, but I learned something. I can always remake it. And if you treat cheap, and if you don't deliver, you're not going to stay in business. So God bless you.
Right. And God bless you. And so it really is, like you said, don't quit. Just don't quit. You win some, you lose some, and you just, as long as you
you're always going to win, though. That's the key. You'll always win.
Yeah. Yeah. What do they say? You can fail forward and succeed forward. It's all forward. It's all forward direction.
Yes.
Any other specific tax tips? I mean, you must have lists of them. So for coaches, for people who are in the coaching industry, any other specific tax tips?
They need to open up two things. They need to open up companies. You need everybody who, listen, here's the joke I will tell everybody. In the beginning, everybody's a wannabe coach. Everybody has a real job. I know, Ms. Cheryl, if you have a real job or this is part-time, it doesn't matter. But until your coaching makes 3 times of your regular job, it's part-time. I mean, I'm not going to say it's not a real job, but so therefore you need to get that company open. Now you write everything against it. So now you let the government pay for it. That's my thinking. Government pays for everything.
Let the government pay for it. Can you give us more details on that?
Because the government rule, IRS rules, and it's probably everywhere in the world, is are you moving the business forward? That's all it is. As long as you move the business forward, it's a deduction in 98% of the world. You got to be moving the business forward. If you can show you did something that day to move the business forward, then it's a deduction. No matter what you do, is it a deduction? From going to Disney World to watching a movie. It's all a deduction. If you can see, and I'm being this, not being a smart ass, but can you find something that you learned?
So if you go to Disney World,
Oh, then that's the #1 learning center of the world. I
tell
was just
us,
there 2 weeks ago.
tell
Just
us.
think, if you've ever been to Disney World, think of all the stuff Walt Disney World does, the customer service, how everything is perfect. Think of, now, Miss Cheryl, think of it from a business standpoint. What if you walked in there, how customer service treat you? Can you imagine if we treated everybody at the Disney World customer service people did? See, at Disney, nothing is done by accident. Everything is done exactly by the book to make the customer experience, from painting to cleaning, firework, nothing is done by accident. At the Disney, in Disneyland or Disney World in Florida, nothing is done by accident.
Everything is
That guy stands
intentional.
there, what's that?
Everything is intentional.
For the
Everything is
customer journey. So
Mhm.
now you take that and you reverse it. Now, you meant by reverse it, and now it's a deduction. Because I'll guarantee you, you can get so many ideas for your business by just open up your eyes a little bit.
That is brilliant. I have never heard of that.
But think
Go
about
to
it. If you've ever been
Disney
to a world
World,
like
that's
that, think about what I just said.
Absolutely, absolutely. So really, you could travel almost anywhere in the world if it's going to help you move your business forward, if you're learning and growing.
Right. Airlines are that's the biggest one. You can learn a lot from customer service. Go in today's crappy airlines. You can see how one airline treats you like gold and you'll go back, another one treats you like crap. But either way, you learned how to treat people. Boom, it's a deduction.
There you go. There you
Think about
go.
what I just said realistically.
Absolutely. Absolutely. It really gives us a whole new perspective on living our lives and living our lives from a different angle, so to speak. This has been amazing, Albert. What a joy to have you here on the Abundant Life Summit. And you have a free gift for our audience, the Simple Profit Activators that they do not want you to know. Can you tell us a little more about that? We've got the link
Simple
in the chat.
activators. By the way, two things. You can go to Taxman Profits, but if you got a cell phone, I'm sure, right? Do you have a cell phone, Miss Cheryl? You have
Sure
a cell
do.
phone, right? Pick up your cell phone. If you're in the States, I want everybody to pick up their cell phone. So nonprofit activators, you can get over $300 worth of gifts. Part of the gifts is we're going to show you simple ways to grow your business. I do these every day. And the second thing is you're going to get my top text tips. So now this, I'm going to make your cell phone. Raise your hand if you want to make your cell phone deductible. Put a 1 in the chat. Now pick up your cell phone. Come on, pick up your cell phone, Miss Cheryl. Pick it up. Now
Got it.
go on the buttons and text Taxman. Come on. So now your cell phone can be a deduction. So everybody watching this, take your cell phone. Click the little text button in the top. Type 26786. And in the bottom, put Taxman.
Very good.
I mean, that's another one of the things we coach on in Profit Activators, because I'll guarantee you, Ms. Cheryl, most people, when you say Taxman Profits, you might put an S. But if they say text Taxman at 26786, everybody text Taxman at 26786. People can't spell. So by using text opt-ins, especially if you're in the States, it will work.
Very good. We got it here. So just text 26786. Let me put that in the chat and enter Taxman. There we go. There we go. Well, this has been such a treat to have you, Albert. Any final words for our audience?
Final words is, just go out and do it. You got to go spend money. Can I just make one parting advice here?
You sure can.
You can go to taxmanbook.com, and you can get my book. You can get the Kindle version for $2.99. gives you everything you do, or you can go in the Taxman Tax 26786, and there's an opt-in for a free consultation. You can
There
either
you
do it
go.
yourself for $1.99 or get somebody to help you.
Thank
You
you
got
so
your
much,
choice.
Albert. Thank you, Albert. This has
Taxman to
been-
26786.
Thank you, Albert. It's been wonderful to have you on the Abundant Life Summit. And our next speakers up are Terry Lee Harrison, how to boost your business with high-level networking, and Consuela Munoz, Squirrel, how to defeat shiny object syndrome. This is another interview in the Abundant Life Summit. Thank you, and we will see you at the bottom of the hour.
Thank you for joining us for another amazing session of the Entrepreneurs Abundant Life Summit, where our mission is to empower entrepreneurs to live incredibly full every day. For recordings of all sessions, plus an amazing VIP gift bundle full of courses and resources from our knowledgeable speakers, upgrade to VIP now. If you have any questions or problems during the summit, email our support team at support@abundantlifesummit.com. Stay tuned. We have another fantastic speaker coming right up.
How was I, Miss Shaw? Good?
In the midst of a global crisis, with billions of businesses shutting down, stands one man who has the skills to save your bills. He's on a mission to let businesses know how they can grow. He'll take on your taxes, increase your cash flow, and coach you to success. Albert Corey is the Taxman. Contact Albert Taxman Corey for a free consultation today.